failed. That's interesting. So it seems to be really related to the connection string of the MongoDB, which is actually a Cosmos DB database. Notice that you can, of course, decompose the source code. We saw that in the Azure portal already. So let's go and investigate. All right, we see that the Mongo connection string is saved in Key Vault, and it's interesting. This identifier seems new to me. So the good thing is that in Azure, we log everything, and so you can totally see who changed the identifier, all right? Indeed, we see there is a current version, there is a new version, if you wish, of the connection string. It was created not long ago. Let's go and check here the secret value, and here we see immediately that there is a typo. This 2 shouldn't be there. It's absolutely wrong. The server doesn't have a 2. This is actually the old version, the one that was working fine. Let's go and show it. We see that we don't have the 2 here. So basically somebody changed the connection string for some reason and messed it up. So I'm going to go back and fix the problem because that's the first priority. But then later, at any time, I can go back into my Key Vault. I can see who accessed that particular Key Vault at what time, who messed up the connection string, so that not necessarily to blame them or shame them. That's not the point, but really just to make sure that it never happens again. All right, so there is some teaching to do here. All right, let's go and change the configuration. As soon as the configuration is changed, now we revert it to the old connection string, and probably it should work fine. Let's go back to the website. I'm going to load the shopping cart, and now, okay, we see 0 items, which is correct. The shopping cart works now. So basically, we have fixed the problem without having to redeploy anything or whatever, but it was really helping us to see what was going on into our application and to fix it. All right, so that's really cool, but we also want to be notified when something happens. Now, I don't know for you, but I know that for me, the worst experience that can happen is when a website that I'm managing goes down and I don't know about it. And then suddenly, maybe I have a very, very complex notification system, which is Twitter. Somebody's going to reach out to me on Twitter and say, hey, dude, your site is down. What's going on with that? And this is really a horrible experience because you're supposed to know what's going on with your site, okay? And this is where notifications can really help you. And the cool thing is that we have that built into Azure. So you can act on errors, all right? Because logs are fantastic. After the fact, you will go back into your logs and you will find out what happened. But you also need to know that something happened. And again, like I mentioned in the intro, right? You don't want to know on Monday morning that you didn't sell anything during the weekend because the site was down. This is really the worst thing that can happen. So you want email, you want SMS. You even want push notifications. We have an application that I'm going to show you later called the Azure app. It runs on iOS and Android. It's really a very, very nice application. You can do all kinds of things. And I will be totally honest with you. When I started using the app, I was thinking, oh, it's a little bit of a gadget, you know, because what can I do? I can, okay, cool. I can go and check my, my Azure resources. But when I learned that I can do push notifications to that app, then suddenly something lit up in my head because I was like, okay, it means that I can really get some detailed information about my application, even when I'm, outside of the house and I'm doing things. And we all know you don't really want to have notifications on your phone, work notifications on your phone when you're out of the house. But, sometimes it's really good to have them if something happens. And then you can also build complex actions, for example, with logic apps, with serverless functions, etc. So one thing that we are going to use here is monitoring, the availability monitoring capacities that we have in Application Insight. Is going to help you to check your web servers. And then it's going to allow you to set alerts and say, all right, if it goes down for example, 2 minutes, then I want to be notified with severity 4. It's also going to allow you to send notifications. We'll see that in the demo in a second. As well as build complex actions. So here this is a logic app, all right? You see that it is basically a series of building blocks, if you want, which are connected together. We have tons and tons of connectors. We'll see that in the demo. And it allows you, without any programming experience, I would say, to be able to say, all right, this is what I want to happen. This is a workflow that I want to happen when I have an alert in my application. So let's talk about notifications and complex action in a demo. So this is back to our rewards application. And here what we really would like to do is be notified when the site goes down for any reason, when we have some 404 or any type of error like that, really. So let's go to the portal. I'm going to go